It's going down.
What's good? It's your boy Frozen Prophet, Frozen King Talk. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this. I'll get a lot of questions from women asking how can they find a king, or they're having trouble finding a man or something like that. Here's the issue, or here's what I see the issue is. A lot of times it seems that women are pretty much trying to get men that are outside of their league. All right. For example, let's say you have a woman that works, take care of her business, stuff like that. She makes, let's say, $80,000. She's looking for a man that makes $300,000. All right. That's not the circle that that man is pretty much looking in. All right. You make a lot less than him. So he's probably looking in the circle of women that make around the same amount that he makes, or possibly a little bit more. All right. So, I mean, from what I've noticed, or from what I've taken from it, it just seems like women might be looking in the wrong pool of men. Not only that, some women got ridiculous requirements. I mean, requirements where they pretty much don't even fulfill their own requirements. You know what I mean? I've seen some women, as far as like posting on social media and stuff like that, or even just in conversation, they want to go on trips and take vacations and stuff like that, which is fine. All of that is fine. But you want to go on vacations that you won't even take yourself on. You know what I mean? You want to go to places like Dubai and Paris and all this stuff and whatnot that you won't even take yourself on. But you're waiting for a man to come into your life that's going to take you to these places. But you won't do it yourself. These lists that I've seen floating around social media, as far as things that some women require from a dude, but 3/4 of the list the woman won't even do for herself, but she requires a man to do it for her. You know what I mean? But like I say, the pool is pretty much like above your league. You're looking in pools that these men are not looking at you. Maybe you don't have the salary that that they're looking at. Maybe there's other things that they may not be that may not interest them. All right. Here's the thing. When you think about a king, it's not about how much money the king makes. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time. You know what I mean? You can probably walk past an actual king working at Walmart, working at Costco's, or something like that. You might walk past him. Why? Because you're like, oh, he works at Walmart, he don't make that much money. Or he work at Costco's, he don't make that much money. Or he work at a fast food restaurant, he don't make that much money. He may not make that much money now. All right. You may be looking at a younger king that's in the process of becoming an older king and getting more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some kings and queens get together at younger ages and they build throughout their lives. You know, you have some women now that are in their 30s and 40s and 50s and things like that, and they're not really looking to build. They're more so looking to get into a situation that's comfortable for them now. They're like, okay, I've already been through my 20s and early 30s and stuff like that. I'm ready to settle down and all of that stuff, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. But the pool that you're looking in may not be the same pool that you should be looking in. You know what I'm saying? If you're early 20s, these guys that you walk past at Walmart and stuff like that, they could just be working at Walmart, but they could be in college, you know, becoming an engineer or, you know, becoming a doctor and all this stuff. But you walk past them because of what they're doing now. You don't talk to them or look at them in that way to where it's like, yeah, I can probably see myself with this person. You know what I mean? You don't know what this person's ideals are. You don't know what they have that they're working toward in life, any of that. A lot of women get with guys and they bring them up at the same time. They're bringing each other up together. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't get them at the point in their lives that they are now. Let's say you have actors. Most actors probably get with other actors. Why? Because that's the pool that they're in. You know what I mean? The money and everything that these actors are making they pretty much know what that is. So they're staying within the spectrum of that. Again, you have some women, you got some women that get lucky. You know what I mean? They just fall into a person that has a lot of money like that. But you also have to remember, when a man has a certain amount of money, yes, they can be a king, but there's other stuff that comes along with that as well. You know what I mean? If you get with a person that makes millions and millions of dollars, are they going to treat you right? Or are they going to abuse you and stuff like that, knowing that you're probably not going to leave because now you're attached to the money aspect of it, not the aspect of this person being a king. You know what I mean? You're addicted to the trips, and you're addicted to being able to go shopping because that may be something that you haven't been able to do in your life, and you want to do that now. So you're addicted to that. So this man gets to the point to where he like, I could do pretty much whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? And she's not going to go anywhere because she's addicted to my money. So that's one. Then you also have to look at it where you have instances where a woman would marry, let's say, a millionaire. Let's say the woman don't make $1 million and stuff like that. They may make $200,000 a year. They get with a millionaire man. They marry them. Something happens after, let's say, a couple years or even a couple months. Then they file for divorce. That man that came in as a millionaire pretty much have to give half of his stuff to this woman that didn't build this with him, or didn't bring this up with him, or they didn't get this together. He pretty much has to give half of everything that he's worked for and the stuff that he have to her. So you have a lot of men that's to the point to where they like, yeah, I'm gonna get somebody that if this don't work out, they don't need what I have. You know what I'm saying? If I make $1 million, I'm gonna get with a woman that makes $1 million, to where, let's say if we get married, we're making the same amount. We get to the point to where we're like, okay, we going to go ahead and separate, or we're going to, dissolve this marriage or whatever. She don't need anything from me because she has all of it herself. I can go my way with what I brought into the relationship or the marriage. She can go her way with what she brought into the relationship or marriage. So you have to look at that aspect as well. You have to understand, men look at different things when you get to a certain point, as far as when you're looking at financially. Men look at certain things just like women look at certain things. That's just like if a woman makes $500,000 and the man try to approach her and the man make $80,000, she gonna look at him like, what am I supposed to do with you? You know what I mean? She's gonna look in a pool of men that makes around the same amount she makes, or is in the same type of field of employment that she's in, whether it's a business owner, whether it's a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that. They're looking in those same type of pools. Think about it. Have you really set yourself up for the type of man that you're looking for? All right. And what I mean by that is, what plans do you have in place, or what background do you have in your life to really set you up for what you're looking for? All right. If we take that into, let me pretty much go this way. If there's a certain job that you want, all right, when you grow up, you want a certain job. You're going to take the steps that you need throughout your life to get to the job that you want. No matter what the job is, you're going to do what you need to do. If this job requires a master's degree, you're going to go through school, you're going to obtain that master's degree so you can attain that job that you want. If this job requires a doctoral degree, you're going to do what you need to do. You're going to get that degree, that doctoral degree, and you're going to get the job that you want. Same thing when you look at relationships. You can't, in the job, you can't get an associate's degree but want a job that requires a master's degree. You're not going to get hired because you don't have the degree. You can have all the experience in the world, but they want to see that degree. They don't really care about the experience if you don't have the degree to go behind it. Pretty much the same thing if you look at relationships. Put yourself or position yourself where you want to be at. If you're looking for, or if you're looking at a man that makes a certain amount of money, position yourself in that same circle to where you can have conversations with these men. Okay? It's like some women are coming into a substantially high circle, but they don't have what it takes to be in that circle. You may have the looks, all that stuff or whatnot, but if you don't have what it takes to really talk to these guys and be in that type of circle and find the king that you really want to find, you're probably not going to find them. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to be approached more by people that are under you than you will by people that are above you. A lot of times you have business owners and men that make substantial amount of money. One of the first questions that they ask is, what do you do for a living? What's your background? What school did you go to? Where'd you graduate college from? You have those type of men that talk because their mind pretty much is focused on business, getting more. Even if they get a queen, they want to make sure that this queen is going to be able to match them, just like the queen want her king to match her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that it's difficult to do it, but you have to position yourself in a setting where you want to be at. All right? And then I also heard women saying that, well, there's more women in the world than men. Totally false. Totally false. There's actually more men in the world than women. So for a woman not to be able to find a man, it's not the man's fault that she can't find him. All right? You got roughly about 8 billion people in the world. 8 billion people in the world. Roughly 50.7%, close to 51% are men. All right? They're men. So there are more men. I believe the statistics said for every 100 women, there's 101 men. But then some women may look at it like, well, that's only one man extra than us. No, go up the spectrum. You're going to see that it's more men. For every 100 women, there's 101 men. So if that's the case, if you got 100 women, there's 101 men. If you got 200 women, there's 202 men. You got 300 women, there's 303 men. So as you go up, that number increases where you have men to women. So there's more men in the world than women are. So why is it really tough for a woman to find a man or for a woman to find a king? It's not tough. It's not tough at all. You got some women that got multiple men. You know what I mean? So it's not tough. It's how you position yourself to get who you want to get. That's pretty much what I see personally. Of course, I'm pretty sure there's going to be women that disagree with me. There are probably going to be men that disagree with me. But from what I see personally is that it seems like some women turn men off with, for one, this list that some women go by. You had a woman that put a list out. Then women start sharing that list like, well, I understand why she wants this, this, and this. And yes, I understand this list and all this stuff or whatever. Then a male turns around and put a list out pretty much just like that. And women share that list and like, why would I do that? Great question. Why would you do all the things that this man has on his list? So why would the man do all the stuff that you have on your list? Does that really make sense? You know what I'm saying? You want me to come into this relationship fulfilling everything that's on your list, but you won't even fulfill half of the stuff that's on my list. You want me to give you $150 to get your hair done, but you won't give me $60 to get my hair cut. Why would I do that? You know what I mean? This is what some women think. Why would I give you money to get your hair cut? And you got a man that's thinking, well, why would I give you the money to get your hair done? And they're trying to come in like this. You know what I mean? I've seen on some of these lists where a woman is, okay, let's say a woman wants a man to take her on a date, a first date. It's a whole list of places she's not going to go. There's a list of how much you have to spend when you go here. If you pull up to her crib, you have to be in a certain type of vehicle or she's not getting in the car. I don't understand this. The man already, got the courage to ask you out. You accept it, but now you got all these stipulations to where I'm going to go, I'm not going to go. Just like the video with the Cheesecake Factory. The guy pulled up to, and the Cheesecake Factory ain't cheap, but the guy pulled up to the Cheesecake Factory, and the young lady was like, well, I'm not getting out the car. Why? Y'all supposed to be going somewhere to have conversation, seeing if y'all gel together, seeing if there'll be a second date. No. You won't even go to the Cheesecake Factory, but you want a guy to take you on a date and spend $1,000 on you just for you to be like, oh, we didn't hit it off. I don't want to talk to him again. Let me move on to the next person. Now, this next person got to spend $1,000 on you or $1,500 because they got to step it up from the last person. What dude is fit to do that? You know what I mean? Okay, let's say we've been on a couple dates and stuff like that or whatever. We're in a relationship. We know we're in a relationship. Then, yeah, maybe you can get that $300 dinner or that $400 dinner or that $2,500 bracelet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you expect for a man to give you this stuff now, not knowing where this is about to go. Insane. Insane. But I understand that based on social media and what people are seeing and what some of these women are seeing, they get into their mind, I'm not taking anything less than that. But you're not positioning yourself to get that. But you're not going to take anything less than that, and then you wonder why you're single. Or you ask, why can't you find a man? Or why can't you find the king? You know what I mean? Because you're not, for one, positioning yourself to get the person that you want. And then for two, some of the mentality that some women have, it's outrageous. It's ridiculous even to go on a first date to even see if it goes anywhere else. So again, that's my take on it. Of course, if you disagree with it, I understand. Leave post in the comment. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you think might be going on, or any of that. But like I say, it can't be that there's not enough men in the world, because there are more men than women. I mean, you can fact check me on that. You can go in and look online and double check that. I've already did the research, but you can go online and double check that. So there's more men in the world than women are. There's more men in the world than women. You got that. You have men out here looking for women. You have that. You have women out here looking for men. You have that. So why can't the man and the woman find each other in jail together? Because sometimes, again, women may make a certain amount of money, but they're looking at somebody that makes substantially more than them, and that most of the time isn't going to work out. Or the woman is overlooking a potential king who makes about the same that she makes, but she's overlooking him because he probably worked at a certain spot, or he probably make a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? I know I had said something about actors, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that or whatnot. Some of these women are married to actors, and they were probably married to them actors before they became actors. And now they're, multi-millionaire actors. And yes, they're still in the same relationship. They still married, all this stuff or whatever. But they stay with the same partner that they was with before they even had all this stuff. What's wrong with getting with someone that makes around the same amount you do, and then you all building together? Like I say, you could be looking at a millionaire king working at Costco's right now, but he's in the process of building his empire or building his kingdom. You don't see that because of what you're looking at now or the position that he's in now. A lot of times it seems like, and this is not only for women, it's for men as well, but it seems like a lot of people are in a microwave oven. They want everything right now, quick. I don't have long to wait. They're moving away from, let me preheat the oven, and then let me go ahead and make this relationship fester. Let me make sure it's cooked all the way through and move forward that way. No, I want to throw something in the microwave. I want it quick. I want it right now. Oh, I can't get it right now. Well, there's no man in the world. There's only deadbeats out here. These men ain't talking about nothing out here. That's because you're trying to microwave a man. You know what I mean? Don't try to microwave a man. Build each other up. Start at the bottom and you work your way up together. I mean, you could pretty much have a great life doing it that way. No, y'all probably can't go on vacations and stuff like that right now, but who says y'all can't do that in 5 years? Oh, well, I don't want to wait. I want to go down. That's the issue. You know what I mean? You have to be patient when you're looking at relationships. Relationships that try to go fast usually don't last. Be patient. build with each other. You know what I'm saying? Come up with each other. You motivate that man, and that man motivates you, and you all come up and build all this stuff together. That way, when you're able to reap your reward, you know the work that you put in to get there. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's just my take on it. Y'all can leave y'all comments and everything. Let me know what y'all think. If I need to do if I need to come back to this topic and do another King Talk about this topic, I will. But that's pretty much what I see. And like I say, I've had some women ask me, like, well, how can I find a king? Or some of the guys that I'm looking at aren't king material, or they're not doing this, or they're not doing that. That's fine. But ask yourself, what are you not doing? You know what I mean? It's always the man isn't doing this, or the man should be doing this, or you telling yourself the same thing. Can you look yourself in the mirror and say honestly that you are doing everything that you're supposed to do as a woman and as a queen? If you say yes, something ain't right. Why do I say something ain't right? If you can say yes, if you can check off every box of something that may be wrong, and you could be like, oh, well, I'm fine, that means you're not growing. So you're looking for a man that's growing, but you don't have anything that you can make better within yourself. So you don't have to grow anymore, but the man has to grow. Insane. And we as men are looking at it the same way. I know you have a lot of men out here that may look in the mirror and be like, I'm perfect, ain't nothing wrong with me, I don't need to grow anymore. So any woman that I get with needs to be either on my level or above my level, but she can't do anything or say anything to me to make me grow anymore because there's nothing wrong with me. That's insane as well. Me, myself, personally, I've done a SWOT analysis on myself. I'm a business owner, background is in business, degrees on business, all that stuff. So I've done a SWOT analysis on myself. SWOT, S-W-O-T, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. All right, I've done it on myself multiple times because there's always something that I can strengthen. There's always opportunities that I can take, you know what I'm saying, so I can pretty much be like, okay, it's an opportunity, let me check that out. There's always threats that are out here. There's always a weakness that I will have, just like everybody else will have. But when you look at your SWOT analysis, you got strengths, you got weaknesses. How can you turn your weaknesses into strengths? All right, you have opportunities and you have threats. How can you turn those potential threats into opportunities for you to grow more? People don't do that. Oh, I'm great, I'm perfect, there's nothing wrong with me. But everybody that comes into my life, there's something wrong with. But I'm great. So that means everybody that you've been with had an issue, had a problem, something was wrong with them, but nothing was wrong with you. But y'all didn't work out. And that's on neither end. Nobody is making an attempt to be better or to change anything that they did in their past relationship and why their past relationship didn't work. You're coming in with the same mentality. You're coming in with the same attitude. You're bringing that same luggage from your old relationship into a new relationship, and you expect for this relationship to work out better. Then it turns around and ends up like the last relationship, and then you go into the next relationship with that baggage from those two relationships. It's not going to work. Something has to change somewhere. It's not only the person that you are in the relationship with. What did you do that you may need to change? Did you all sit down and have a conversation about what you would like? Or did the man sit the woman down and say, this is what it is, we're not deviating away from this? Or did the woman sit the man down? This is what I require, I'm not deviating away from that. It's understandable for you to have your requirements, but in a relationship, just like with anything else, there needs to be some fluctuation. You know what I'm saying? For you to make this work. Everything is not going to be straightforward, straight to the point, point blank. This is what it is. And if you go outside of that, we done. There has to be some fluctuation. There has to be a little bit of bend. Now, when I say bend, I'm not saying bend to the point to where you go break. But there has to be some bend. You know what I'm saying? For you all to gel, for him to learn and to understand you, and for you to learn and to understand him, and for you all to learn each other and the relationship better. Each party has to bend. You all need to have these conversations with each other. That way you all can see where your relationship is going. Don't spend 5-6 years with somebody and not really know where the relationship is going. If you all need to sit down once a month and talk about how last month went and what you all looking to do the next month, do that. You know what I mean? Don't just sit here and just let stuff fester, and you got women talking to their girlfriends about their relationship, and you got dudes talking to their friends about the relationship, but they're not talking to each other about the relationship. So both of you all are bringing outside influences into your relationship. Do you think that's going to make your relationship better or worse? And then women are talking to women who's having issues in their relationship as well. Dudes are talking to dudes that are having issues in their relationship as well. You're not getting any help. Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody figured that, oh, well, my relationship is great on my end. It's the other person's problem. The other person is the issue why I'm not happy. But I'm still going to stay here and figure out how this stuff is going to go. But I'm not going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to everybody else and see what ideas and all that stuff that they give me. But I'm still not going to put these ideas into action because there's nothing wrong with me. I don't think that I need to do what they tell me to do, but I'm going to talk to them just to see what they say or how they feel. A lot of times on both ends, you got women that talk to their friends. Of course they go back to their friend. Oh, girl, it's him. He did this, and you shouldn't have to do this and all this stuff. And then you got men on the other side like, oh, well, dude, you did this. So if she didn't appreciate that, don't do it again. Again, you all are bringing outside influences into your relationship, and it's causing more problems than helping because y'all not talking to each other. It's supposed to be y'all against the world. It's supposed to be your king and your queen against everybody else. You shouldn't care what anybody else have to say about your relationship because you are in your relationship. How can your girlfriend tell you how to handle your king? Or how can your homeboy tell you how to handle your queen? They're not in that relationship with y'all. That's y'all relationship. Y'all need to figure that out on y'all own. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to come to an agreement on what you all are going to do in y'all relationship and leave everybody else out that relationship. You know what I mean? Because, again, y'all bring more problems into that relationship. Oh, well, my homeboy girl just bought him a car for his birthday. What are you giving me for my birthday? A game? What is this? Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at what this person has done for their significant other or for their king or for their queen, and now you want the same thing. But you haven't put in the work that they put in their relationship. But this is what you want because you feel this is what you deserve because that's your friend and you should be able to get the same thing your friend is getting. No, it doesn't always work like that. Again, you might have some people that get lucky. All right, cool. But everybody is not going to get lucky like that. Everybody is not going to have the same luck. Some people got to put in the work to get what they want out of that. You know what I'm saying? You want the reward, you put in the work to get the reward. All right? But again, that's just my thoughts on it. Again, leave your comments. If y'all got something different, if you all see something different, of what you think, you know what I mean, about why you can't find a man or why you can't find a woman, what do you think the issue is? Because again, like I say, it's not that there's not enough men in the world. There's actually a shortage of women in the world. So we've already looked at that. Again, you all can go back and do your research as well. Roughly 7.9 billion people, close to 8 billion people in the world. About 50.7% of them are men, which means you got 49.3% of them that are women. So you got more men in the world than women. So it's not a shortage of men, even though a lot of women believe that. There's not enough men out here. It's actually a overage of men when you look at compared to women. So that's not the issue. Position yourself to where you want to be at. If you want to be with a person that makes $500,000, position yourself to also make around that or more than that. And then you'll be in that circle. All right? Have a plan of execution. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is on both sides of the aisle. This is men and women. You know what I'm saying? That I'm speaking to on this. Position yourself to where you want to be. Don't just come out here and be like, well, I should be able to get this even though I'm not working for it. Again, you're not going to get a job that requires a doctoral degree if you don't have a doctoral degree. You can't have a high school diploma and get a job that requires a master's degree. Do the work. Put in the work. It's really the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about where you position yourself in life to get who and what you want to get in life. All right? That's pretty much all it is. Hey, other than that, man, it's your boy Frozen Prophet, Frozen King Talk. I'll give it y'all in a minute. One love.
We in this bitch, it's going down. Yeah, the king.